Watch the movie Dave. It came out like 1997, I think. Go watch that movie. Go have fun. Laugh. Because this is what we had in front of our face. But God said no matter what happens, he is exposing our enemy and he's bringing them to nothing. I just had a prophecy on the Biden. I was not going to give that one out because I had 5 others to give out before that. I had one, I think, from May 26th that I haven't given out yet. So that was going to be the order I was going to give them in. And then the Lord said, nope, give this one out. And I said, okay. So I'm giving out the Biden Gate one today. And this is the one I heard. The second one I heard from yesterday. I heard 2 yesterday. The first one I heard about judges. That's extremely explosive. But this one was Biden Gate. First paragraph. Oh, my United States, I am setting you free from the lies that have held you in captivity. 2020 big lies about to take an ugly turn against your enemies. Biden Gate has begun to collapse before your very eyes. One of the biggest scandals in American history will bring down every other scandal that has been holding this country hostage to the establishment. Yes, Biden Gate is falling. Biden will be proven illegitimate by the stolen election and how he wasn't the real Joe at all, but imposters in his place. Also, how the rogue and out of control deep state conducted business and controlled this country by using swamp rats, making decisions, signing bills that only a president can sign. You will really see who tried to run this country right into the ground. You will see every decision that was made was to collapse this nation financially through inflation, interest rates, overloading the system with illegal immigrants, taking what belongs to the American people, collapsing the society socially with open borders to tear apart the Constitution in every way to bring in terrorism, murderers, rapists, and out-of-control drug cartels. Terrorists, murderers, rapists, and out-of-control drug cartels. So that there wouldn't be law and order because law and order would be overrun by the millions of people who did not belong here, causing chaos and havoc, let alone the ones who live in the country that were already doing so. They tried to collapse this nation by getting rid of religious freedom, bringing a great divide in the church body by sending informants and their infiltrators to deceive, to distract, and to destroy you, my children, in every way they possibly could. They tried to collapse this country through vaccines, pushing regulations, and to push everything they could as fast as they could because they were behind schedule to destroy this country from the one world government takeover. This rogue regime used the intelligence community to spy on you and silence anyone who got in the way. They use social media to spark division and misinformation. Their propaganda to confuse people, to bring fear, hopelessness as much as they possibly could. They tried to weaken your souls in every way, so you'd be too weak to fight them back, and you'd be easy to confuse, and you'd be easy to deceive and to control. The Twitter files are nothing compared to what will be released regarding Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, and TikTok. My children, they use social media to keep you distracted while they tore apart your lives and your nations. Scandal after scandal is coming, and the intelligence community will be ripped apart. Every traitor and deep state informant, every criminal and murderer will be exposed and removed. Get used to hearing tribunals. I've told you about this word before, but now is the time you will hear and see tribunals judging and sentencing of your enemies and getting rid of all the treasonous traitors against you. Biden Gate will bring down the old guard entirely. Biden Gate will destroy Obama's entire shadow government. It will bring down corrupt judges, AGs. It will bring down governors who helped steal the election for the Biden. Secretaries of State who also made sure ballots were brought in illegally and counted more than once to help the Biden. Their instructions were clear in 2020. Do not let Trump in no matter how many times a ballot is counted. Proof of ballots from China will be exposed, how they were brought here and establishment paid for it. They would stop at nothing, and they asked China for help to secure their power in this nation, and they knew if they let Trump in, their plans were over. Atlanta, Georgia's case will be reopened, and how the Biden regime paid those election workers to call for the water leak and had the ballots in those suitcases for them to recount until they got the number they needed. Arizona's cesspool of corruption and how Maricopa County stole the election for the Biden. Their assignments that the Board of Supervisors carried out will be made public. Biden Gate is coming out in the open, and everything that held the Biden in the White House will be annihilated and brought to nothing along with everyone with it. The situation was not the fact that they just stole an election. They also used a puppet, someone who wasn't even the person's people were supposedly voting for. This scandal is a scandal of all scandals, and it will destroy the establishment in every way, and you will see them collapse in front of you. January 6th instructions are coming out, and who all participated and who will be brought out in the public, and judgment will hit them hard. The treason they all committed that day will be exposed. The entire plot is on a laptop. Communication to politicians across Washington and the intelligence community is designed to help them pull this off. Yes, the FBI was heavily involved, but the CIA led that charge that day. Nancy Pelosi will soon be the scapegoat for the establishment, but it won't work because Biden Gate is destroying everything they had done for the 2020 election, 2022 election, 2024 election, and every election before that. They used this system in 2016, and it will also be brought out in the open. Russiagate will soon be annihilated. Hold on, my children, because the Biden's exposure has only just begun. And the establishment will pay the ultimate price with the whole entire system coming to nothing. My children, all of your enemies' lies they are paying for right before your eyes, and justice will be served, says the Lord of hosts. So you see why. As I heard this prophetic word yesterday, had this written down, walked upstairs, was about half an hour later, I was talking to Chris, and he said, look what President Trump, truth out. You can't make this stuff up. How God is so precise. How God's timing is perfect. We would have loved to have this 5 years ago, but this is going to create more of an explosion. More people are awake now than they were before. God has been telling us for a long time, their dam of lies is breaking. And all their foundations are collapsing. Because the only way they're in these positions at all is because of lies. And those lies are being brought out in the open. Think of this, the President of the United States shared a truth about somebody who was supposedly a president was actually executed in 2020. God has been saying that for a very long time. The enemies can only hide the truth for so long. But God's will always be done.